So we're finally got the okay to do this turbocharger on the 6.7. So we're gonna go ahead and start pulling it apart. Pretty much just gonna leave off from where I left last. I'm draining the coolant right now because we're gonna have to disconnect the coolant line. You don't have to take this oil line off. I'm going to. Yeah, let's get started on this stupid thing. I think this is gonna be the third one that I've ever done, so it might take me a little bit because it's been a while. Maybe second turbo on one of these. Yeah, I gotta get those 13s off. Just trying to remember what all tools I'm gonna need because I'm working outside today. So it's gonna be really loud, a lot of loud cars, sirens, all the good stuff. Okay. These I got brand new quick connects. I just try not to drop these down in the valley because once you pull this turbocharger, it opens up a big cavity in the engine. So you don't want those getting down in the engine and blowing this thing up. This thing is pretty gnarly though. Definitely the worst one I've ever seen drive in. And really groany. The turbo just so. And I just made sure. Well, the one thing I wouldn't want to do is drop the clip, and guess what I did. I'll have to grab it before I pull the turbo up so I can get it. I have a lot of work to do on this truck. There's people driving their cars thinking they're race cars. Look at what we got light. How's that look on camera? Looks pretty good. Okay. So we're getting the clip off on this oil line, and I'm pretty sure you don't have to take this off, but I do because I'm weird. And I'm replacing these anyway, so I'm honestly not sure if it comes with the new one. This is just an oil line. We can go ahead and pop that. We can bend it. I got a brand new one. So there's the oil line down. Coolant we're still draining. So right now we can go ahead and pull this shield off. It's gonna be up down for me today. 8. I don't want to drop that. I look at the discharge from the turbocharger. It's just horrible. So, I don't remember if there's one more. Yeah, oh, that's it. Would you look at that? Just 3 8mm. I have to set it on the battery and start a nice little fire. So then we have the exhaust back pressure sensor right here. So let's pop that off. I think I had to fix this harness a long time ago. And then back here on the exhaust back pressure bracket, it goes to the EGR cooler pack right here. There's a 10 nut you're gonna have to take off. Let me get a 10. I don't think my ratchet's gonna fit back there. So I kind of came prepared with a 10mm on a ratchet. I need to put the deep socket on. Can't use the semi-deep. Oh, that's not a deep dummy. Right here. So I've got my 10 deep. Let's try and see. I'm gonna cover my arm, or I'm gonna cover this so my arm doesn't constantly get that crap all over. Yeah, it's nice and windy today too. These turbos are actually pretty easy to do. They're not as hard as a Duramax, and they're not as easy as a Cummins. The Cummins is still a pain in the butt. Okay, I got the nut off finally. It's got like a 1-inch stud. I tried to say 5. Over that rate. And I think this is a 16 for the nut and the. I get both mine. Okay. Nope, it's still tight. Okay, now I'm gonna take this one. Show you the exhaust back pressure. So it's just like this. You don't have to take the nut off all the way. I just remembered that now. That's nice. So don't take the nut off all the way. So next we're gonna get this clamp, and my ratchet's not gonna fit there, of course. Okay. Well, that sucks. Oh. I don't want to have to run back 1,500 times. So let's see. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna fit at all. Let me grab an 11 gear wrench and a pry bar. That's not too bad. It's kind of nice out of my way. So we're gonna go ahead and get this 11 off. And these, you don't have to take the nut off all the way because they have like a lock on the back. Once you get it loose, just a T-bolt, pop it, hold up. Just grab my pry bar, pry up against it, try to pop it loose. Might have to get my hammer. Usually. Okay. The last turbocharger I did on one of these, it was a truck that another shop put 5 or 6 turbos in. They kept replacing them, and they didn't understand why. I feel really bad for the customer because he brought it here, and the only thing that I was able to find, the oil pressure was good, but the crankcase filter was plugged up, and it had a lot of crankcase pressure. So the only thing that I can come to the conclusion is that with all the pressure in the crankcase on the return side of the turbocharger, it was keeping the oil away from the main shaft and the bearing on the turbocharger, because it's been probably almost a year now and I haven't seen it. But I couldn't believe that shop actually did that kind of crap. It's like after the second one, you have to question yourself. You're like, oh, there's definitely something. There's definitely something else wrong. Like, this turbo actually doesn't look that old either. But again, this thing had the same problem. The crankcase filter, when it came in, it was plugged. Actually, this one, sorry, it wasn't plugged up. It was actually, but this hose right here was broken, so it was just sucking dirt in the front of the turbo. I think that's what killed the turbocharger. So when this first came in, that was the first thing I did, is replace that. I did a relative compression test, power balance, just to make sure this engine is healthy enough for a new turbo, because I'm not going to put it on if it has blow-by or a weak cylinder. It just doesn't make any sense. At that point, it's engine replacement. And also these clamps, I believe I have all brand new ones. They came in our install kit. This one's kind of being a little bit of a bear today. Hopefully they're all not like this. There we go. Give it a little Yankee Doodle. There's that. That took longer than I was anticipating. Okay, now see if this fits right here. So there's 313s on the passenger side manifold and the driver's side, for what I can remember. So we'll get these three out, pull this pipe out, and then we'll start on the down pipe, and then we'll work on the other up pipe, or I don't know what you'd call it now. I need to eat some Wheaties. Today's Friday, so I'm a little just bogged down today. Oh my goodness. I mean, this thing I think has 140,000 miles on it. But this thing, truck, I'm gonna assume it looks like it's been beat to death. So it's actually done pretty good for itself. I hate to say this, but I don't really believe that these engines, these Ford engines specifically, are built for abuse. I see a lot of like tow trucks and in the 450s and 550s, a lot of failures. Whether it be from maintenance and neglect or something, but I don't know, that's just kind of my gut feeling, you could say. So wonder if I can do this. This thing, I gotta do the turbo. I have to do a fuel pressure regulator in it. And then I have to do an upper hose. That's easy. This ratchet's getting destroyed. And then I also have to do the reductant tank heater. So I got my work cut out for me today. I would love to get this done today, but I don't think that's gonna happen. Because I have like a few other vehicles I gotta get done today. But we'll see. Can only dream. And then next week I have injectors on an LB7 Duramax, which I'm not fond of doing. Okay, so we got those 313s. Here's the driver's side, or sorry, the passenger side. Gosh, honestly, I didn't have my coffee today. Maybe that's the problem. trying to remember on this how this pipe goes. I think that pipe is a there's a word I'd like to use, but it's not appropriate. How are the tie rods on it?
I checked it, they seem pretty good.
Yeah?
It seems like they got play or anything.
Okay, just go ahead and make sure everything's good and just park it over there in the done. And then there's I think F450 that misses under high, whatever. Pull it up, scan it, and I'll take a look at it. And then we're gonna check the songs. We're gonna check this one. They're not his song. That's not. It looks like his truck. It's not his. So now we get this 11 in my brain. I'm gonna have to go get a coffee because I am not. My brain's not working very well today. As you can tell, people are crazy. The world we live in nowadays.
Happen to be by Sherman Oaks tomorrow?
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure we're going to Santa Barbara, so we're gonna take the back way.
Okay.
Go through Santa Clarita. I think it's a 126.
Okay.
I think so. Why? What do you need down there?
The parts that are at Subaru in Sherman Oaks. They're ready for pickup.
Subaru. The engine?
No, there's a harness.
Oh.
They just called us and said we don't deliver.
Why did we order from them?
I think that's the only one we can find.
Okay. We'll have to figure it out then.
But, I mean, if not, we could figure something else out.
Okay. No, it works. We'll figure it out. Huh. Okay, we'll try to spray this clamp with some lube. Probably should get a bigger pry bar. Go ahead and give it to Dave, let him know. There's that one. I'm sorry, you guys can't even see what I'm doing. And I'm beating the crap out of this clamp like it owes me a gallon of gas. Well, I mean, we're in California, so our gas is $7 a gallon, and our diesel's $7 a gallon. So I got that loose. The downpipe, I don't remember if I have to take it out or not. I don't think I do. I'm not too sure. The ticket's on the toolbox. It's F150 with a misfire. Just pull it up, scan it, and then I'll have you check that other Ford next to it. Okie dokie. So we can go and pop this hose off now. Or pipe, I should say. And have a brand new pipe. One of these too. Because these, if you don't change them, they love to leak. I mean, quick disconnects on a turbocharger. I don't know what Ford was thinking. I don't think they were, honestly. Because I know Chevy does it too. And actually Ford, yeah, they use it on their, well, they used to use it on the 3.5 liter EcoBoost. I've had to do a lot of those. You pull the turbocharger and change the same tile fittings, the quick disconnects. Yeah, change the fittings and the pipes. I think they have updated ones now, but it's just a really stupid design. And then quick disconnect fittings next to a turbo with they have rubber in them. Like, just figure it out, you know? Make it a compression fitting or something. Yes, I know I destroyed that clamp. Like I said, it comes with a brand new one, so we're good. It's not gonna hurt nobody. Okay. Coolant mostly drained out of this engine. Yeah, so if you're ever in here, I would always change this pipe and at least the fittings. The 3 fittings, the one down there, that one. These 2 on the top love to leak. Whether it be coolant or oil, it leaks. I've seen it leak both of them. I had one come in for a coolant leak, and it was one of those, and you can kind of see back there with my camera. And it came in for coolant leak, and sure enough, this one was just pouring, not pouring, but it was all wet with oil down that side of the turbo. So whenever I come in here, I change them. Okay, next, It's a Mustang that has a misfire. We'll see how that one turns out. Where's my brain today? I don't know where I left it again. So we got 13 back here. These ones are kind of yeah, they're a special word. Again. So I'm gonna have to crawl up in there. I'll crawl up in it and get these loose. Ford took a playbook out of the Isuzu. I wanted to kind of be like them. Kind of like a 6.4 in a way with the studs. Obviously 6.4 is a completely different vehicle brand. But kind of similar with the studs on the manifolds. I prefer studs. Honestly, studs are actually amazing. I think that with studs, especially with a turbocharged application, it allows for more like expansion when it gets hot. If you have a bolt, just my personal opinion, I think studs do a lot better on this style. I think they work a lot better. They don't break as often, if designed properly, I should say. Because these 6.7s, they have exhaust studs, and on the manifolds, on the front, or I think all over them, they love to break. But for the most part, I prefer studs. That one's loose. I don't know if I got this one loose. Let's use this ratchet. Okay. Oh, I dropped that one. I'll find it. Are hurting me already. Okay, so let's get my favorite ratchet. Oh, you guys can't see crap, huh? So, yeah, my favorite ratchet. We're gonna go ahead and get the rest of these exhaust full top. I didn't drop that one. Okay, this one's getting a little tight, so I'm gonna go the other way on it. I'm gonna have to figure out a way to spray it with lube. This screw, I think. Can't really tell. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. I don't want to break the stud because then we're doing an exhaust manifold. We're just gonna go easy on it. See, it made it a lot easier. I should have sprayed it blue in the first place. I was being lazy. But if anything ever gets tight on you, you stop, go back the other way until it starts to get tight. Spray it down and just work around that, you know. Don't be pushing through. Unless you're gonna replace whatever it's in, it's not a big deal. But if you're trying to be, you know, careful, don't push through because you will break it. And this would have made this job a nightmare. This thing's already been here too long, waiting for parts, waiting for authorizations. It's been an absolute nightmare. Just because the truck is so far neglected. It has so many issues. When it came in, like I said, this was broken. The crankcase filter hose was broken. I had to get a replacement. The problem is they were on national back order. So we waited a few weeks for one of these stupid things. And then once we got that, I had to perform, actually, I'm sorry, when it first came in, I had to do a relative compression test. That was the first thing I wanted to make sure. In the relative compression test, it needs to crank it over for 10 seconds. Well, towards the end of the test, the starter would, the Bendix would pop out of the flywheel. The starter took a dump. It would just grind. So, ended up having to put a starter in it. And then, once I did my tests, I made sure the engine was healthy. Then that's when we started replacing stuff, because I don't want to just start throwing parts at it if this thing's gonna need an engine. So once I put the starter in, made sure the engine mechanically is healthy. It has good relative compression. The power balance came back good, so I'm not concerned with a compression issue. My main concern was with this hose broken, sucking all the dirt in the engine, it could have gotten the engine sandblasted and destroyed the cylinder walls, which truthfully it did, but it didn't cause enough damage to be noticeable right now. So that's why I try to work in steps and stages so that, you know, like I looked at this, I could have just said, oh, we got to put one of these on, you know. I don't want to just replace stuff until I know exactly what I'm dealing with. I want to kind of get a base idea. You know, like the customer kind of didn't like that, but that's just how it is for me. You know, we had issues in every single system. We had a turbocharger issue, we had a fuel system issue, we had a crankcase filter issue, we have a reductant issue with the reductant tank. I think it was the heater or the level sensor, I'm not too sure. But it's the same part that we have to replace. You know, but I want to get a clear picture of what we're dealing with before we just go gung-ho on it. You know, because if I would have went through the codes, you know, this turbocharger, truthfully, it probably would have been the last thing to be replaced. And look at that. And that sucks. Right there. No? Oh, it broke off the heat shield. That sucks. That's part of the heat shield. I took the bolt out and it just snapped off, so I'm going to save that. We'll put that back on. But yeah, I try to always work in stages so that I get a clear idea of what we're dealing with. Instead of just, you know, tearing through it, I want to get an understanding.
Okay, what was the other car you wanted me to pull up behind?
The Mustang, is that the Mustang with the misfire?
Yeah.
So after that one, do me a favor on that Ford that's next to it, go through and look it over for me already, okay? No, the white one. Yeah, check all the fluids, check all the brakes. The coolant is really disgusting. Okay. It's got rust in it. It needs a coolant service or a coolant flush. But just look over it, check the brakes, check all the fluids, just look it over and let me know. That's a 15. I don't think I brought. I did bring a 15. But yeah, I'm a little weird the way I work. But I don't like wasting money and time. Irregardless if it's mine or the customer's, it's not right for me. So some people don't like it and some people love it. We're dropping everything today. So now we're getting, there's a 15mm nut down here on the downpipe. I think this is a clamp. to get the downpipe out. I think, I'm not 100% sure. Downpipe's gonna be in there. But let me take a peek back there and see. See what we're dealing with. Yeah, it's a clamp. I don't remember if I took this off last time. I really don't. I'm pretty sure I had to. I keep grabbing it. And that time it didn't fall. Let me get in there and grab it. Okay. 15 times the charm. I gotta be more careful this time. Now I'm not loosening it all, or I'm not gonna take the nub. I'm just gonna loosen as much as I can. Just keep it moving around. So, next what I like to do is locate my brain, and then we're going to hit the downpipe back off the turbo. Try not to damage the sealing surface too much. It's loose. Okay, so that's loose. Let's get my ratchet. I think that'll fit. Okay, I don't think that should be fairly loose. Because there's a clamp, the clamp that goes from this, the driver's side manifold, to the lower is kind of a pain, so I think if I pop this out, I'm trying not to hammer it itself. Okay, so we're gonna take a pause for a second. I'm gonna have to pull the fender liner, and then we're gonna attack the clamp down there. And once that's loose, the turbocharger should be ready to come out. Okay, so I'm getting back on this. The fender liner's removed. What I did notice with the fender liner removed, there is a 10 bolt that I forgot about that holds this downpipe in, the tip of it. I already got the ratchet set on, I already got it broken loose. So I'm gonna go and loosen that up.
Getting that bare turbo out. That sucks. We're gonna do it Sunday now. You can come.
That's fine.
You want me to call Nita and ask her?
Yeah, if we can.
Oh.
Okay. Oh, and this is what the bolt looks like. It holds the, it goes in like this. That should be good. Tools up there. That should be okay like that. I don't think it's gonna get in my way. And now we gotta get the 11 on the clamp. So it is all by feel. So let me find the clamp first. The clamp's right there. Of course, it went way overboard with the extension. Hopefully this one fits. Like this. And I do have all new clamps. I checked the turbocharger replacement. The kit that we got comes with all brand new clamps and seals and everything. So now we're just gonna let on a little, like one of these with this down there. I'm gonna loosen it all the way. I don't care about this one. Okay, let's get my ratchet over here. Now, the trick I've learned from these is I'm gonna go grab a giant pry bar and we're gonna get it through the fender well. So I'm gonna leave you guys right here. I'm gonna be working through the side, through the fender well, but I just can't get a good spot over there for you. So, we'll reach up, pry bar. I think I got the bottom free. The bottom, yeah, bottom free. Should lift this pig up. More difficult than I was expecting, but really wasn't bad. So you guys got to see that I broke the clamp, but like I said, I got right on, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, so now that that's all loose, we're gonna shove this back there. Now we're gonna get the bolts to hold the turbocharger down. And I don't remember if they're 13s or 15s. So 13s. Let's try this ratchet that I bought. I haven't even used it yet. Get that tight. I might use this ratchet once. I think there's 4 bolts to hold this thing down. You gotta be very mindful. I think I dropped a clip and a bolt down there. So just gotta pay extra attention when I get the turbocharger up. Because it sits on dowels. So it's a little bit of a fight. Get this thing out. Now I gotta transfer the base onto the new turbocharger. Because the new one doesn't come with the base. It's a brand new Garrett. It looks a little weird, but I get it from one of our big places that we buy a lot of turbos from. It's usually the Garretts that you always buy after look a little different than the original ones. Strong magnet right there. Oh gosh. Goodness gracious. problem is I didn't really get that clamp off. Okay, it's off now. God, this thing keeps slicing me. Let's move this. Okay, dokie. Here we go. Here we go. Try not to break anything. Okay. Oh, it's a baby boy. That's a heavy baby boy too. Okay. Oh my god. Okay. Try to clear the crap out. And I'll get it in the engine. It's crazy. Clamp broke like that. So we got a brand new one, so I know it's windy outside, not ideal. I completely agree. But what am I gonna do? Okay, let me go prep the turbo and then I'll be back with the new one.